Hello, loved ones. I'm back. I think I have correctly set the levels on the game and my mic so that, first of all, so that you can hear me when I'm fighting, and second of all, so that you're not hearing like breathing and stuff like that on the mic. I think I have them set good, but well, the only way for me to know is just to hear it after the video is done. I also have just finished up the fighting in here instead of making y'all watch it because, again, it bores me. Now this here is the hole in the Tower of Eshal that presumably the dragon, what are they called, Darkspawn came up through. And we're going to head upstairs to the next level and get a move on here.
Maker's breath. What are these Darkspawn doing ahead of the rest of the Horde? There wasn't supposed to be any resistance here.
Weren't you complaining that you wouldn't get to fight?
Hey, you're right. I guess there is a silver lining here if you think about it. At any rate, we need to hurry. We need to get up to the top of the tower and light the signal fire in time. Taron Logain will be waiting for the signal.
I have to say about the Darkspawn, when I first played this game, I didn't have a really high opinion of them as an enemy. They just seem like a zombie stand-in, and I'm not that big on zombies. I feel like they did a lot with the concept, especially, again, through the codices. And again, I will try to read some of those codices as they get interesting. Oh, I messed up my cone of ice. Although they are like at the root of the religion too, so really there always was something a little bit more, and I just didn't give them enough credit, I think, the first time around.
Do it.
That reminds me also of another thing that I wanted to discuss in terms of this game, in that I think it does a very thorough and fascinating look at different facets of religion and religious beliefs. And it does it without, I feel like, without, directly offending anybody, because the religions here are not real, and there are multiple religions in the game, which we learn about through the different games. Andrastianism is just the main one. All right, we got some, what are these, ballistas? Can I use the ballistas without hurting my guys? The answer is no, but I'm going to do it anyway. I can heal them back up. So yes, it's one of the few video games that really explores. Oh, don't die, dude. All right, I'll heal you now. Please don't die. Ah, he's dead. Well, no, he's not dead. He's incapacitated. He'll come back after the fight is over. And I don't have a revive skill yet. All right. If my guys are going to survive, I'm going to have to use a freeze on these people over here. What are you doing, Alistair? Take care of this guy, or...
What?
Oh, that's... Okay, that... Did you hear the way that he said, what? I should really this is probably not the time in the middle of a battle, but I am going to talk about the affection system, which is important in all of the games, and one of the things I love about these games. The affection system, we'll take a look at their character sheet. So if you look, there's a bar at the bottom. There's so many bars in games. This is why I think people have a hard time becoming new video game people, because there's just so many bars that you have to know. But this bar down here tells the approval rating that Alistair has. Right now his approval is at +4. He's neutral towards me, so he's not my buddy or anything at this point. He just is alongside me and doing whatever, and at least he doesn't have negative feelings for me, which I could encourage negative feelings by saying things that he hates. But the approval rating I can change by either talking and saying things that he likes to hear, either by talking to other people and I say a sentiment that he agrees with, or it could be talking to him and complimenting him, or it could be giving gifts to him. I can bribe people into liking me, which is lovely. So yes, approval. So because the approval is just at neutral, then when I switch to him as a character, sometimes he will say something, and the thing that he will say will be a little bit irritated at being asked to do something, essentially. So that's why when I clicked on his character, he said, "What?" Which I sort of really love. But anyway, back to business here. I got to heal this guy or he's going to die. All right, there we go. Not too bad. Not too shabby.
Right then.
So yeah, the approval system is great, and I think gets better over time with the different games. I think they did it best perhaps in the second game because you could have friendship or you could have rivalry, and I don't think they included the rivalry option in any of the other games. But rivalry is really fun in that you could have someone who's, well, I shouldn't talk about that game because I'm not at that game yet, and you'll figure it out when we get there. So in any case, I like the rivalry option. They don't have rivalry in this game. You can make people hate you really bad, but if they hate you, they're going to leave. So I could make Alistair hate me so much that he would want to leave, or he won't leave. That's the thing about Alistair. He's dedicated to this goal. He's not going to leave. But you can make him really, really suffer, which I don't want to do because I like Alistair. All right, so kill more Darkspawn. But yeah, the affection system. And for some people, you know, if you... The bribery option, the option of giving people gifts means that essentially you can make everybody love you. It is possible to make everybody on the team love you, even if they're directly opposed to your goals and morality. They will still love you because you bought them a lot of presents, which I don't know if that's good or bad. Some people find it a little bit of a cheapening of human relations, which I understand. It sort of is. Some people simply won't like you, even if you buy them all the presents. But I like the option, okay? Sometimes I want everybody to like me. It's a weakness, I know. Right now, there's not a lot of affection I can get from Alistair. I've pretty much, there's been a couple of moments where I said some things that got his attention, which is why I got a +4. I think this might be the top floor. No, it's not. There's one more floor after this. So up we go. And in addition...
Loghain better be ready to charge as soon as we light the signal. The king is depending on us.
The king is depending on us, indeed. What was I going to say about gifts? Oh, right. I have the version of this game that I have is called the Ultimate Edition. And that means that I am, as part of... Okay. So, do I need to explain DLC? I probably need to explain DLC. So, with video games, you start out with the basic game. And then after release, they release new parts to the game that are called DLC, downloadable content. And those will be like new game modules, so you'll have new adventures to run. Or they can be just packs of clothes, outfits to wear. In the case of the gifts, there was a DLC with this game that lets you have like gifts that specifically apply to certain characters that they will really like, so that you could be guaranteed to have 100% affection with everybody in the team. On the one hand, I like having that option in case I don't quite, like in case I say a wrong thing in a conversation. On the other hand, it does cheapen a little bit, because with those gifts, I can make Alistair fall in love with me instantly. But I don't really want to. I like experiencing, you know, the different dialogue and moving the story along at a pace that I set.
The dark spawn have sensed us.
Okay, gotta kill some more duders. And that is actually that pacing thing, wherein if you just say the right words or give the right gifts, that you can make people instantly be your friend. Is a thing that people complain about in BioWare games. They've tried different methods of fixing it. But I mean, I do like being able to decide how fast the relationships will go in this game. Just I decide when it progresses. But that's only after like playing the game 20 times and like knowing at what rate I want it to progress and knowing when the dialogue is going to happen where. so I'd know instantly, you know, well, I don't want him to declare himself at this point because such and such a thing is going to happen. So I really control the story entirely the way I want to. In other games, they've controlled that pacing by way of things like missions. Like, you don't get to progress this relationship until this mission happens. And so that way it feels more of, I don't know if I'm going to say organic, but it feels like it takes the normal pace of a relationship instead of everything happening at once if you just say the right words. So I'll probably talk more about relationships in this game on another video, but right now we've hit the 15-minute mark, so I will go ahead and let y'all go. Bye bye.